It is alleged that mobile servers are greatly responsible for selling customer data to fraudsters. How can one ensure this doesn't happen? As you said, these days technology is an integral part of our life and we are puppets in the hands of these servers.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. I thank you for this enlightenment, which is a need of hour actually, sir. सर मुझे ये जानना था कि जैसे डिजिटल बिजनेस खोलने के लिए क्या क्या हमें प्रिकॉशंस लेने चाहिए, क्योंकि मैंने एक बार डोमेन लिया था और मालवेयर देखते हैं हम, कहीं कुछ लेते हैं। मुझे आईटी की नॉलेज हाफ है और मैं कहूँगी कि मतलब ऐसा लगता है कि है ही नहीं, इतना बड़ा डेप्थ में है आईटी भी। और जबकि मैं सोचती हूँ कि लाइनक्स ही होना चाहिए विंडोज से, मतलब आई डोंट नो वेदर आई एम राइट और रॉन्ग, बट मुझे लगता है कि लाइनक्स इज लाइक अ लिटिल मच मोर बेटर एंड सिक्योर। तो आई डोंट नो हमें क्या क्या प्रिकॉशंस लेने चाहिए। जैसे अगर हमें डोमेन लेना है अपना, मैंने आपको बताया मालवेयर उसमें देखा अटैच है और समझ में नहीं आया कि लाइक हाउ इट इज गोइंग टू हैपन। और देन वी हियर ऑफ सो मेनी थिंग्स लाइक व्हिच आर रियली स्केरी एक्चुअली। कब हम न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ते हैं तो कभी कभार हम ये सुनते हैं, फाइनेंस वाला तो हम बहुत कुछ सुनते हैं, हम क्या कहते हैं डाटा ब्रीच के बारे में सुनते हैं और इन सब चीज़ों के बारे में सुनते हैं। तो इनके बारे में भी हमारे को गाइडेंस होनी ज़रूरी है। हम उसमें क्या करें, एज अ विक्टिम भी क्या करना चाहिए?
Yeah, ma'am, your question is a very pertinent question, no doubt, but it has a lot of, wide ramifications, right? So it cannot be a tailor-made answer because IT is such a sector which change with every moment, right? So my suggestion at this moment to summarize your query is number one, always buy the product or software from the genuine company. Normally, say for example, the window or some softwares we generally download free of cost. The question, as I said in the beginning itself, why they are giving us free of cost? Are they full? No, they are not. So if you buy a software from a genuine company, then there is a possibility that any mischief, any malware or any kind of possibility which can damage your interest may be curtailed, right? So this is point one. Another point you said about how to go for business and all. So you need to have advice of the expert for the area you are venturing in. Yeah, right? There may be firewalls, there may be another security softwares and all. So what kind of work you exactly, how sensitive it is, how much your information are sensitive, maybe related to your business, maybe related to your design, maybe related to your intellectual property. So many things are involved. So for every type of business, for every type of idea, you need to have a different set of safety walls, safety measures for digital world. So you have to have a proper advice, proper expert advice to run a business or for your requirement to be addressed.
We normally we don't log out from the mobile phones. You said we should log out.
No, ma'am, I said that suppose you are using your email or any system which has your personal data, for example. And mail is very important because mail is generally mail and your what do you say, mobile number. These two things are connected with your bank account because money is normally being attached with your bank account, right? So these two things should be at your top priority for your protection purpose. So don't share your mobile number too much. which is being shared with your bank, and same is with the mail. What I was saying, that suppose you are using a computer or you are using a mobile phone, and you have opened your Gmail on computer or mobile phone, and it is open, you have not switched off. I am not saying switch off the mobile, I am saying log off the Gmail.
Okay.
Log off the Gmail on that.
Okay.
Many times we generally open it many days together.
That is what my question was, that on the phone we normally keep it open only.
So you please switch it off. Not mobile phone, but log off from the Gmail or these type. Likewise for Facebook. So always use Facebook with login and log out. Don't remain it open. Otherwise it will be more vulnerable. That's what I mean to say. Your data, the chances of your data to be steal is more if it is open, because 24/7 it is open. Otherwise, what he has to do, he has to enter into it by way of finding your password. Many times even people used to put password in their own mobile number. You just see password. Sometimes they write password on their mail. So these are very dangerous things. Like your bank account. You have some bank account password, right? And you write in Gmail, which is open. Now you can easily access your bank account password and can mischief anything, right? So be cautious, be careful.
That's Sir, about the passwords, each of us keep forgetting our passwords, and there are a lot of apps like Wallet Watch and some apps which put your passwords. Do you advise us to use these because we need to keep them somewhere?
See, I tell you one thing, although may not be necessary that every bank, but few banks has app, right? And if you use that app, say for example, I use Kotak Bank. I am not advertising here for bank at all, but because I am using, I have some points, and at some point of time, last 5-7 years back when they consulted me, so some idea I also gave them. So if you go to that particular bank site, so there is always, you can switch off your ATM card. Switch off means if you go, then even if your card is misplaced or somewhere somebody has, and even if they have the password, so they cannot use it unless you have to open your ATM, your bank app on your mobile, and then you go into it, right? Log in, and then switch on that card, and then you can use. There you have the the option for changing the PIN also. So I was there for about couple of months in US. So whenever I used to go for this thing, taking money from ATM, right? Sometime. So I always use that. I change my password, and because suppose I put whatever, I immediately will remember. Suppose I have given 1010 or 1020 or 6959, whatever, I will remember. And when you switch off, you remove that, and then switch off. Whenever you go again, put again the new number. So this is one way. And like there at least can't we remember even 4 digit? That's another point I want to say, that this IT has made us really completely, I don't know whether we start calling the mobile phone smart, but are we really getting retrograde? Are we getting ourselves non-smart now? So we have to think, can we not remember even 4 digit, even 4 numerical numbers like 45, 35 or whatsoever? So we should just think how we are retrograding ourselves. That's another challenge. And here I want to say that probably this AI, we are very fancy of using artificial intelligence these days. Everybody talking, even I am a legal person also. I am listening that even judgments will be done by AI, use of AI. I really feel very sorry to say, human brain cannot be replaced. Everything, whatever we are using is to assist us. They cannot be master of us. Until unless the brain is master, that technology is going to help us. The day it overcome our brain, I think that will be the end of the humanity. Nothing should overpower our brain. That's what I mean to say.
Another question from Ms. Durga. I work in a university. Our administration puts up all our details, including our date of birth, on our website. AICTE asks for details of account number, date of birth, etc., which is sent from the university. If the details fall in wrong hands, it will be very difficult. Government should take care not to display these details.
Yeah, I totally agree that few, particularly date of birth, particularly your Aadhaar card number, particularly your bank account number. I think all these personal details should not be on public consumption. I think like even your bank account, when they communicate to you through SMS or something, they do not share your complete bank account. They give only 4 digits last and in the beginning XXX type. So I think this is a very good question she raised. I totally agree that everything should not be shared on public platform. Yes.
One is Motre Baumik. There's a question. It is alleged that mobile servers are greatly responsible for selling customer data to fraudsters. How can one ensure this doesn't happen? As you said, these days technology is an integral part of our life and we are puppets in the hands of these servers.
Yeah, that's very important question, and that's what I said you, that nothing is free of cost. That's the problem. They are selling, I don't know how much they are selling, to whom they are selling, but the point is that suppose these footprints, what madam is saying, that suppose if I go for booking a air ticket to any place, immediately you start getting so many messages that please book this, please book that. It means that my number is being shared by that particular airlines to everybody. It is in the public domain. So yeah.
There are also apps which are saying that if any company has shared your data, that we can go and request them to remove our data. So when we use those apps, like, is it safe?
No, I don't think that they can remove every data, because I remember when I joined as chief of ATS, that mobile number, a government mobile number was published some time back when this COVID was a challenge. So police officers' numbers were published on websites and all. Then the problem was that from different part of country, people starts calling still on that number. That where from I will get this help. Suppose from Gujarat they are calling, I am chief of ATS. How do I respond to them? I cannot say that I have no clue. I am from this place, I am from that place. He has 10 questions. So I tried the way you are trying, that can I remove this mobile number from these sites? Answer was completely no. It is on so many websites and so many places that it is practically impossible to remove from all places, because you do not have the control at one point. How do you know that where this number has been published? You don't know. Likewise, you do not know that where they have served. So, and secondly, the problem is that who is controlling that data? We do not know. So to whom should we write? And it is not a personal data or an individual. I am telling as a public servant, as a senior police officer, many times in a crime, we do not know many times that to whom should we approach to get the data, because we do not know exactly where the server is and how many channels are being utilized to protect this data in which server or to save this data. Another point I want to make, that many of us are having this opinion, and it is being generally being projected, that say for example WhatsApp, that WhatsApp is encrypted, nobody can listen. this is completely a misnomer. I cannot hear it, I cannot decrypt it, agreed. But nobody can decrypt it is wrong. The reason is when there is encryption, then there is decryption also. That means there is key which encrypt, and at the end when it is going at the receiving end, it will be decrypt. So those key, the person who is holding those key can anytime see it or listen it. Got my point? So what I mean to say is that if you are on digital platform, nothing is hidden. Always take granted. You are public figure. You become public property. So you have to be cautious. The precaution is better than cure. You have to be very, very alert when you are using public space. It is a public space basically. It is digital space is not yours. It is for everybody. It has no boundary. It has no control. It is not property of one person. So you are exposing yourself to the globe. So you have to be very, very cautious, careful.